Hi everybody, welcome to Imagination Station Green Scene. I am Artie Marty and I'm here to show you how to make things that you would find in your recycle bin into amazing works of art. And today I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful notebooks. And as you can see behind me, you can use the same technique on bottles and bowls and even as a piece of art on a canvas. So I'm going to show you how to do this now. So as you can see, I have lots of little bits and pieces here of things I have in my recycle bin and things that are not in my recycle bin. So these are sweet wrappers. I have some buttons as well, lying around the house, some lollipop sticks, some string, and then I had this little notebook that I'm going to decorate the front of. So this is before and this is after. So I'm going to show you how to do this now. So I'm going to put all this stuff aside for the moment, because the first thing we need to do is cover this with PVA glue. So it's just ordinary PVA glue, and we're just going to paint the front of it. Lots and lots and lots of glue. Don't be afraid to use too much, because it's better to have too much on this project than too little, because we don't want pieces falling off. Now, so once I have done that, I'm going to get my glue roll, and you can use kitchen roll, tissue paper, newspaper, anything really for this section. And then I'm just going to stick it down there, but I'm just kind of going to just gently scrunch it up a little bit, because this is going to give us lots of texture in the finished piece. So just pull it all in, make sure it's well stuck down and that there's no real edges sticking out. And then you're going to go over the top of this with more glue. Cover it all with lots of glue, PVA glue. And you can put another piece on if you want. I'm just going to put another piece there down the bottom. And you say you don't have to be too particular at this stage, just as long as it's well stuck down and that you have some crinkles and creases in there, because that'll all add to the finished product. Make sure you've no edges sticking out, so they're all kind of pressed down and covered with the glue. So then I'm going to get all my little bits and pieces, once I have lots of glue on, and I'm going to just randomly place them around on top. Now you can have a little plan for yours if you want, as I can show you on this one. This one is kind of like a little garden with a fence and little plants growing up, so you can do it like that, or you can do it like a little pathway, and this is kind of like a tree. But I'm just going to do this one random. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to get all my little bits and pieces, and I'm going, there's a button, crunch that down, like that maybe, make sure it's well stuck down. And then I'm going to get my string, I'm just going to stick that down random. Scissors. Sometimes it can turn out quite interesting when you just do it randomly. I'm just going to stick my corrugated paper down, corrugated cardboard, just like that. We have some little sequins that I took off another project, little butterfly there. And then I have this I got on a card, so I'm just going to stick that in there too. Make sure it's all well pressed down. If you need to, put more glue on. I'm just going to put more glue on the string so that it's well stuck. I don't want it coming away once I paint it. And then, boys and girls, once we've done this part, we're going to leave it overnight to dry. I might put a few more little buttons in, sequins there. I put a little big button down there. And I'll put my little lollipop stick in as well. No, I won't. No, so I'm going to leave this to dry overnight. I'm just going to stick that little bit of glue on there underneath that so that's well stuck. A bit more glue there. And then I'm going to leave that overnight and come back to it tomorrow. So I've let my little notebook dry for 24 hours and it's nice and dry now. So now, and I've painted it black and I've left that dry again as well. So now I'm just going to put on my gold paint. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my gold paint on my dry brush. So I have my gold paint here and just on my dry brush, and I'm just going to scrape it off. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the brush, and then I'm just going to just gently brush over the edges of all the little items that are on there. You can put as much or as little of this paint on as you want. So you're kind of dragging the paintbrush. You don't really want to go into all the little nooks and crannies in there. You just want to kind of get the edges of all the little pieces that you've put on. I actually quite like the little effect that's coming from the sweet wrapper. You can kind of see little orange pieces coming out through there as well from the colour of the wrapper. So I'm just going to keep going across the edges. And this would be a lovely gift for your mum or dad, Father's Day, tomorrow. You might not have enough time to make one, but definitely you could do these for Christmas presents, birthday gifts, thank you presents. And you can not only do it on notebooks, you can do it on all kinds of objects. Maybe you have some little ornament that kind of looks a bit cracked or damaged or a bit worn. You can give it a new lease of life by doing this to it. Just going to put a little bit more on the edges there. So you can see that's turned out quite nice. And then you just leave that to dry again. It doesn't take too long for the gold to dry, probably about a couple of hours. And if you want to put another coat on, you can. So I'm just going to show you some that I've done. Some of the ones that I've done. I've done a couple of coats of the gold on that. That's just a random one with little chains and studs and string and wire, and this is just some cardboard I found that I quite like the texture of it. This is one that I tried to make look like a tree, so this is just the tissue paper kind of scrunched into a tree shape, and then this is kind of looks like bushes, and this is my little path going up through the forest. This is another one I've done, just a little flower growing there. Let me show you some of the ornaments I've done. So this was an ornament I had, and this was just plain black, but I didn't really like the black and white, so I just did an effect on that again, and then just using brown paint and the gold as well, and it just kind of spruced it up a little bit. Here's some bottle that I've done, just random. This one, what I did with this was I just put some glue from my glue gun on, some tissue paper, and just randomly put it on, and then I did brown paint on this one, and again the gold. You can use these for candle holders. This one I just did a flower with my glue gun and some little designs. I did red paint on this. It's quite nice with the red paint and the gold. And you don't have to use gold, you can use silver as well. There's some more notebooks I've done. This with cardboard, made it look like a fence. Did this one to make it look, this is just ordinary cardboard from a cardboard cereal box, and then I just layered tissue on it, and then again just painted just to make it look like a fence. Here's another bottle, live, laugh, love on that one, again with my glue gun. And so you can see, guys, you can do endless things with these, and you can have fantastic fun. Maybe if you have little boxes, little gift boxes, little sweet boxes that are quite good, you don't want to throw away, you can do this effect on them. As I say, you can do silver, gold, maybe you can even do copper, use any kind of colour paint on top. But just remember to leave plenty of the black coming through, because you don't want to cover it all. That'll spoil the effect. Thank you for joining me for this workshop, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.